Even if you're not a fervent book reader or you have not read a single book your whole life, that's okay, because the Almanack will be a good place to start. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first video in this new series where I will be sharing some of my favorite books with you. And as the first one in this series, I have picked a book that has become one of my all-time favorites, a real thought-provoker that has broadened my perspectives and has been an absolute game changer. It's The Almanack of Naval Ravikant by Eric Jorgensen. Now, Naval Ravikant is an Indian-American investor, entrepreneur, podcaster, and also a deep thinker. He's a philosopher. Over the years, he has been sharing his wisdom through his tweets, podcasts, interviews, and so on. And Eric Jorgensen, the author of this book, who apart from being a writer is also a product strategist and a podcaster himself, he was so inspired by Naval's ideas and wisdom that he decided to compile Naval's tweets, quotes from various interviews and podcasts into a much more accessible form, which is this gem of a book. Now, Eric Jorgensen has divided the whole book into two parts, wealth and happiness. But this is not a how to be wealthy or how to be happy kind of a book. But the wisdom contained in this book would give you new perspectives that would make you approach life in a completely different way. It makes you think for yourself and gives you foundations on which you can develop your own unique outlook on wealth and happiness that will in turn help you find answers to the question how to be wealthy and how to be happy. Personally, what I felt was the ideas and insights that are discussed in this book were like dots that helped me connect where I am today to where I want to be. It gave me a clearer understanding of what wealth is and how to get where I want to. In essence, the book shares with the reader Naval's insights and wisdom on wealth, health, happiness, and thus leading a meaningful life. To be honest, I would recommend this book to pretty much everyone, because in this day and era, most of us are behind wealth and happiness. We are striving for happiness by pursuing wealth. So if you are someone who is trying to find a balance between wealth and happiness, or working towards financial freedom, I would highly recommend this book irrespective of where you are in your life or what your career line is. There is so much value stuffed into this 200 odd pages that if you're going to skip it, you're simply going to miss out. And even if you're not a fervent book reader or you have not read a single book your whole life, that's okay, because the Almanack will be a good place to start. Because the entire book is divided into snippets or points that are more or less independent from each other. So even if you don't feel like reading it in a sequence, that's okay. You can pretty much skip to the chapter that interests you and start reading from there. Now, like I mentioned, the book is stuffed with wisdom and insights that would really make you rethink about the direction and trajectory in which your life is headed. And you know what? If you were to start highlighting the key points and insights from this book, I promise you something. You won't be able to put the highlighter down for long, because most of the points are totally worth reflecting on, even though I admit some of them might be a little bit harder to consume compared to the more obvious ones. And once you're done reading, this book is definitely not one that you would want to place in some dusty corner of your shelf, because this is one of those books that you would want to keep close, because it's kind of a go-to book for reminders and inspirations whenever you feel like you're straying off track. And like icing on the cake, the digital version is available for free at this website, so don't miss out. But if books are not your cup of tea, I would highly recommend checking out Naval's podcast or his official Twitter account, especially his How to Get Rich Without Getting Lucky thread, which more or less contains most of the points discussed in this book. So do check it out.